Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven?
It's nice to see you all at this end of the Art District. We have a young man here, Kareem, who has a video recorder, and I thought it would be nice if we could individually express our condolences to the Oakland community and then send that down to them.
Yeah.
So, Kareem, could you step forward so everyone can see you? And he'll be here for an hour or so. And I encourage you to take a moment and share your thoughts. I'm going to share my thoughts with you now. We have such a special community here in Vallejo. And as we were walking along, I heard people saying to each other, I know everybody here. I love everybody here. I mean, we're all friends. We take care of each other. And I can't help but think that those that we lost in the ghost ship fire had that same type of community because of the outreach that that tragedy has had, you know, across the nation. So, as I think about it, we can't bring those people back. We can appreciate their contribution during their short lives. But what we can do is hold on to each other, because this is our lives. And knowing that each of us has our own gift, and each of us has our own flaws. None of us is perfect. But if we just can accept each other for who we are and help along the way, be positive as much as you can, and support our community. Now, we don't have the same type of living situations as I've heard about in Oakland, but I just heard this evening that our fire marshal is already downtown investigating some living situations, and there's several that are less than safe, and that's their job, is to bring it all up to code. And I can tell you, having recently moved into this facility, I've had to change the wiring and bring in heat and get the gas, check the gas lines, and all those safety issues that are people's lives if you just ignore it. So, as we remember those that we lost in Oakland, let's also remember those of us who are still here, and to be thoughtful, thankful, and helpful as much as we can every day. Thank you.
Tobin and Dominique and Sean Murdoch, who had to go back because his ankle was killing him, for putting this together, and then especially for Dante. He did that beautiful sign just today. So we want to thank all of those folks. And then, of course, my husband Shannon, and even though we did not lose any friends in that fire, thank goodness, a number of close friends have lost friends. And the Oakland community, the artist community, is hurting very badly. I found out today that one of our large groups, Cycleside, has also been evicted from their building. So we have a number of people that are losing their art spaces now in droves. And so Bob and Katie and a number of folks on City Council and members of the community, the art community and the business community, are going to be getting together to start looking at spaces up here and see what we can do to really support a lot of those folks in finding something affordable here in Vallejo, and just expand our community with a wonderful group of folks that are needing space now. So thank you guys for coming out. You're fantastic. I love Vallejo. Shannon and I moved here 9 years ago, I think it's almost been 7 years ago, and we just love everybody so much, and we appreciate how much you guys come out and support each other as artists, and then, you know, all of the folks in the business community that support us as artists and help us to create wonderful events here in Vallejo. So thank you all. What I would want to say tonight is, we were talking about doing a donation, so there are donation sites you can go to, but go down the street and buy some art. There are wonderful art studios open still. They'll be open until 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. The Hubs, I'm sure, got major programs going on tonight. Artisan has a great show going on. Debbie does Dallas and others. And so please support your local artists this evening if you can. So thank you all for coming out and enjoy.
Shannon had asked me to say a few words at SOMA, and I did. And I can't emphasize enough how concerned I am about living conditions, how concerned I am about rent, and how rent has become so unaffordable, and how gentrification has taken over communities all over the Bay Area. As we invite folks to come to Vallejo to find a safe haven to live, we also have to remember that it has to be a safe living environment. That means, to code, as Janet was talking about, that, yeah, we have the wires in the right place, that we have heat in the right place. And all the things that need to be done have to be done so that people have a safe environment in which to live. And again, what I advocate for, that my colleague Katie Meissner advocates for, is affordable housing, so that folks aren't going to have to live in places that are not safe, that they end up in places that they have tucked into a corner of a building and are heating with little sterno heaters and cooking on things of that nature that are unsafe. As I look around, as I look at all the food, as I look at our surroundings, we are all fortunate, and we're very thankful to Janet for allowing us into her home this evening. But as I look at Ghost Ship, my heart aches, because we cannot let that happen here for our brothers and sisters.
Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Janet. Your words were really wonderful and very heartfelt. People might not know that I have a BFA. I went to art school back in Boston. And for many years, I was sort of like a ghost ship person. I rented a dump in Cambridgeport that we used to call the rat hole because there were rats behind the refrigerator, and we covered every wall with joint compound because they were crumbling plaster. And in the wintertime, it was so cold the plants would die inside the apartment. So I understand what it's like to find space that's affordable. And as a matter of fact, the reason why my husband and I moved to Vallejo is because I had a painting studio on 3rd Street. And when we moved in there, it was a little collective on the 4th floor. It was Mission Rock Shelter. It was sketchy, scary down there, but it was great. We loved to paint there. And then Pac Bell Park moved in, and everything changed. And I realized I need security in my life. I'm not getting any younger. And so I heard about Vallejo. And my first year here was culture shock. But then I found it was a wonderful community. And as Janet said, we really do have to take care of ourselves because of each other, because it's a great place to be. And I would never, now that I've been here for so long, I'd never ever, I'm not leaving ever. So anyway, and it's because of all you guys. So, and I'm so sorry for the folks that perished in Ghost Ship in Oakland. And I know that it sounded like the community that was really finding their safe space. On top of finding an art space, they were looking for a safe space. And so that's actually even more tragic.
Well, there's a few stories for you. So, Corrine, you want to lead some folks into the next room and see what you can capture? And I don't know if there's a way that the stories that we tell tonight can be shared on the web as well. But hopefully, there'll be some way for us to share this. I'm not a techie person. I know there's a way, but I don't know how. To our family of artists in the Oakland community, your loss has touched us deeply here in Vallejo. We have an artist community here too. And the tragedy that you've just gone through reminds us of how much we care about each other, and we need to work together and take care of each other. And I just wanted to express to you that our community here in Vallejo is grieving also. And though there's nothing we can do for those that we've all lost, what we can do is come together, look out for each other, help each other, do the things that we know are right to do, and remember that we're all here on this earth at this time, trying to do the right thing, be creative, inventive, have fun. But life is precious and life is short. And we have to remember to support each other while we're here together. So we just want you to know how sad we are for what you've lost, and that our community is pulling together in hopes that we don't see that same kind of tragedy here.
I grew up in the Bay Area, and I actually was born in Berkeley, and I grew up in Oakland. The area where the fire was a place where we would drive past that. We, back in the 70s, we were involved with art programs at St. Elizabeth, which is not very far from where the fire was. So we have a lot of connection to that neighborhood, and it was not an art neighborhood when we were going down there, and so it's very, watching the neighborhood grow and change over the years from being a predominantly Hispanic and very virile community, then flowing into the Fruitville art community and growing. And so I personally have seen a lot of growth of that area. Personally, I've been to a innumerable number of art studios in San Francisco, in the Bay Area, in East Oakland, in West Oakland. I've worked in studios in Berkeley and in Oakland. I would say I don't think I've ever been in a legal studio anytime in that time. Now, we did not live in our studios. We worked in them and welded and fabricated and created our art. But we always were on the edge of being evicted or on the edge of having the city kick us out, which actually did happen in Berkeley at the shipyard on Murray Street, just off of San Pablo and Ashby. And we were a homeless art group and had to go find places. So that was a very tough time. And so this is where my problem I see is all the artists being affected by this terrible fire, this horrible thing that's happened to these families and to these people, but also to the greater community of all the artists who've always been on the edge of having to struggle to create a space out of anything, and then now having this wholesale eviction happening where entire communities of artists will have to be completely uprooted, and this will have an incredible effect on the art movement in the Bay Area. I don't know if it will it could possibly kill certain groups that have to hold together on a wing and a prayer. And there's talk of people moving to Nevada. There's talk of people moving back east. So this will be decimating. This is a very tragic thing. We're fortunate because we are in Vallejo, and we came up here during the recession, and we're able to establish ourselves here. So this will not affect us personally, but will affect us as a community. And so we're working with the community to try to create spaces and opportunities for art groups and community artists, art groups to come to Vallejo or to go anywhere. I've been talking to people about Point Richmond, and I even got a call from somebody in Nevada wanting us to talk to people about going to Nevada. But I want people to stay in the Bay Area, and because this is where the vitality is, and it'll be tragic for everybody to be dispersed like to the wind. So that's my take on what's happened here. This will be yet another fight for us that the community will have to come together and work on, and we're planning to be part of that.
Hello, my name is Kay Flavel. I'm director of New Pacific Studio, which is an artist residency program that I launched in 2001 in New Zealand, and also in Berkeley, later moving to Vallejo, because of the importance of creating spaces to foster creativity. So over 500 artists have come and worked at our New Zealand Pacific Studio over the past 15 years. And I would like to reach out to the Oakland community and offer one free space for the next 2 months at New Pacific Studio in Vallejo. My heart is broken at the suffering.
Okay, my name is Catherine Hardy. I'm a longtime resident of Vallejo and Benicia. My husband just retired from a law firm in Oakland and was very involved in the Oakland community for a long, long time. We're deeply connected in the Oakland community and are deeply saddened by what happened last week. There are no words to express the sadness that we feel and that so many of the people that we know feel about this. It's a tragic thing when young people and not so young people are relegated to living in a situation like that because there are no other spaces for them to live and work. And I know that to be true because I know artists and young people that desperately search for living space and working space, and unfortunately cannot afford to find anything that is a working, feasible space for them. That's true in our town of Vallejo, that's true in Oakland, it's true in Benicia, and I know it's true in many other communities in the Bay Area. We have to somehow figure out a way to fix that, because we cannot lose that many lives in one fire ever again. It just cannot happen. We have to figure out a way to prevent that from ever happening again. I'm a mother of 3 grown children. The idea of ever losing one of my children, and I know there are a lot of parents that lost children in that fire, and the idea of that ever happening to me is the most heartbreaking thing I can ever think of. My heart goes out to every single parent that ever lost a child in that fire. So my heart goes out to all of the parents, all of the people who lost friends, and to the community at large that lost all those great minds and that great talent in that fire.
I don't know words just don't seem enough. Words are just never, they fall short of this tragedy and how it's affected everybody. The loss was so huge, and now people are struggling to deal with that, and now artists have to deal with, they're already living in places, and I fear for the Oakland artists. I fear that the landlords are going to now use this for an excuse to get rid of them because they don't want to bring the places up to code. Who's going to rent these places? These places are being rented by artists who don't have a lot of money, and the landlords know they're there. The landlords just want to take the money. They don't want to bring the places up to code, and I think there's a big fear and there's a big concern now that artists are going to be displaced, and they're going to use this as an excuse to just get rid of them instead of bringing the place up to code. Or if they spend the money to bring the place up to code, they're just going to do other things with the building. And I'm just at a loss, a huge loss for what Oakland has lost, and the artists and the people. And now it's just going to be dealing with that, and just all the other artists. I fear that they're going to be really struggling in the midst of losing all their friends, and I don't know what the answer is, but I hope that I hope the landlords aren't so cruel, but I fear that they are, because they knew these people were there. They knew they were in substandard conditions that weren't safe. They were just greedy and wanted the money, and yeah.
I'm Martin Gruber, and I think we're all just shocked when something like this happens. Even though if you've seen those situations, you know it could happen, but the result is a real crackdown on a style of life that has, for the most part, really worked for people and worked well. But when it fails spectacularly. And so things are going to change a little. And so we're here to help here in Vallejo. I mean, we have a lot of vacant commercial space. It's going to be done legal, it's going to be done safe, but we're really looking into what we could do to create space for people here, you know, that's affordable and that people could come and live, and it would be best if people had the wherewithal to buy something, because then that's stable, you don't have to worry about rents going up. But whatever people can do, and my suggestion would be to be organized about it. People are getting organized, I know that, and to reach out and get the resources so that we can create a situation that it still has the open-endedness, the flow that these warehouse situations have. You know, that you can create your own environment and you can make the things and do the things you want to do, and you can have your events. But at the same time, it's safe, it's legal, so you have some stability, and I think that this is something we can do. And I know a lot of people want to still do it in Oakland, and maybe they will be able to, maybe some people will be able to. But if not, because I know things are already getting cracked down on in Oakland, you can come to Vallejo. You know, it's not that far, and there are opportunities to do things here, and it's not as ruled by big money yet as the Inner Bay Area is.
Hi Oakland, my name is Wanda Medeiros. I'm from Vallejo, California. I've lived here approximately 15 years, about 17 in the Bay Area. I have so much so much to tell Oakland artists and friends and families of artists tonight. I am a former engineer, retired, and one of my dreams has always been to buy a warehouse and convert it to an artist's community. There's a lot of things going on in Vallejo right now. We have just elected a new mayor who is very sympathetic to the artist community, and we are inviting artists in Oakland to come to Vallejo. We have a lot of space that's available. It's going to take a little time to get our areas up to code, as Oakland is doing right now, but our hearts and our minds go out to the families of those who are affected and their loved ones. And I just want to share with Oakland right now my love, my true love of the artist community, and come to Vallejo. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Rusko Kayangyang. I'm a Vallejo resident, and I serve on the Vallejo School Board as its president. And this is my colleagues, Alex Shantz.
I'm Alex Shantz. I'm from Napa County.
And
Angeli. I'm a former Vallejo resident, born in the Philippines but raised here.
And Alex,
I think we just kind of wanted to share express our thoughts and feelings, and our hearts go out to the people in Oakland who lost people in the fire. I know personally, just growing up, radical artistic spaces like Ghost Ship are really important to me. So I totally get it. So I just kind of wanted to come out here and show my support and send my thoughts your way.
yes, we stand with you, Oakland. Vallejo stands with you in solidarity, because we're all in this together, and we have to work together to tackle the challenges that we face every day.
Artists, politicians, and activists, we stand with you. And no matter what, never stop creating art. Never stop having your ideas, being true to yourself. If anything, that's what Vallejo taught me. And I feel like when I was in Oakland, that's the vibe I got. And, like we stand by you.
Hi, I'm Diana from Vallejo. This is Marie here. I'm Dominique. And we're all artists and we live here, and we just want to say that we wish all the families our condolences, and we absolutely love artists, and we just want to continue making art. We appreciate everyone that makes art, and we hope that we just want safe places for artists to live, so that we can keep making our art, because art makes the world a better place. And we're also representing Artisan Gallery here in Vallejo, and we hope that you can come out and visit us. We do all kinds of events, and we have all different kinds of artists come and display their work there, and everyone is welcome to come. And we have a fantastic art walk here where any artist can come and display their work, and we just have so many great things going on in Vallejo. And just come and support art and come and make more art. Thank you.
I wanted to add that the lives lost were not in vain, that their art and their creativity and their zest for life, will live on.
Hello, my name is CJ. I'm from Napa, and I'm an artist. I'm a mother, grandmother, and I send heartfelt love to all the families and those who have lost someone so special in this incredible tragedy. The whole idea of a ghost ship place, now the ghost has become real, and the love in the ship will go on forever. We truly need artists, we need their love, we need their art, we need their creativity to make this world a better place. We ask for all those who can support this community and all of the artists across the nation who will be looking for places to stay, places to put their art, places to express themselves, and to have a normal life. Give them a place of safety. Blessings to all those.
Hello, my name is Steve Souza. Been in Vallejo all my life, and this is so awesome. It's so moving that Janet had this here. And the artists really do feel what happened in Vallejo. And they do feel good about it, and they feel safe here in Vallejo. And I'm just so thankful that we had this tonight, because it was moving. Thank you.
Would you know